Welcome back to the Yappin podcast. This is episode number 16. And
Seis.
if you guys notice anything different, we have, we're taking this to the next level. We have some lights for lighting.
Yes,
So
sir.
hopefully that looks better on your guys' end. And if you're wondering why the mic is like floating around at the bottom,
He broke
just
his
now,
mic.
just now it broke, and we don't know who did it.
You.
One day I came in here and this is one thing I need to tell you. Every time I come in here there's something broke. My pencil, my pen, the mic.
Like, you think I'm doing it?
So I think that there's either a ghost in the house or Leo or Luca has been trying to just ruin my mood and just ruin my life.
Oh, it's definitely a ghost.
I
Because
just can't.
Luca and Leo would never do that. They're perfect.
Well, I don't know about that, but
My babies would never do that.
I really don't know about that.
So don't try to blame my kids. Okay.
Anyways, so I'm holding my mic. I'm probably gonna have to go buy another mic. If you guys have any recommendations, drop them down. Are you good? It wasn't that funny. But this is a big episode because this is the last episode of.
That's his mic right here.
So this is the last episode of the year. This is the last episode of the year, and 2024 is about to end. Does it feel like I mean 2025? I feel like 2024 sounds better because it's an even number. We need to be in an even number.
You like the even.
2025 or halfway to 2020 or 2030.
Yeah.
2030?
2030.
That's what you would call it, huh?
Yeah. 2030.
2030. So we're
I'm
about
gonna
to
be
be at
30 in
2025.
2030.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting real old. I was born in 2001.
I was born in 2000.
So yeah, this is the last episode. I just want to start by saying I had a great fucking year, man. I had a great fucking year. I say this every year, one of the best years of my life.
Same.
So
it was
first,
a really good year.
well, it was a good year for us. We got this place.
Mm-hmm. Got our apartment.
We got this place.
Moved
Let's
in
just get it.
together.
I just want to say, like, that process was smooth.
We
I don't know how much you want to get into it, but I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it
the
because
process
we
was
looked at like
smooth.
10 different apartments. We were looking all over the city, looking in different areas.
It was
but like
stressful.
overall, like it was smooth. But we had planned this out for a while, like months
We
of
planned it to
months
a
of planning.
T, especially me, because I did a lot of research and I was like, we need to figure out money. Money was the first thing because obviously you can't do shit without money. Money was the first thing, and making sure that months ahead we were financially pretty much ready. So when we were able to pick out one, we'd be like, okay, here's the money. We want to secure it. Let's move out, And then the second thing was just actually finding an apartment that checked our boxes, because it felt like up to this apartment, it was like it would check some of our boxes, but it still wasn't our vibe. It was too small. The concept was kind of weird. One of them was like just terrible. Remember the one with no lights? That was so weird. Bro, that was the weirdest apartment ever.
Yeah, we should actually talk about that.
Yeah.
It was definitely the worst apartment that we had toured, and like I think it was my idea to go tour it because I kind of like set up the tours myself. And
I don't blame him because the
one
price on it a month was not bad. It was very affordable, but with that is like, okay, like you get what you pay for kind of deal,
But it was in a good area. I'm not gonna say where, but you would think it would be like a good bougie area, and like like it was like dirt cheap, which that should have been the first red flag.
Yeah.
Because nice apartments, they don't just go for dirt cheap. There's a
Right.
reason why, and we found
Yeah.
out those reasons.
Yeah.
But all I remember was the ladies were cool. Wasn't one of them like training or something?
It seemed like it. Yeah.
But the ladies were cool. I mean, right away, the outside wasn't bad. Like I was just like, okay, these
No,
look
I didn't
pretty
like the
average.
outside. I can tell by
Two
the
things I
outside.
remember. I was like, I think I had said something like, or they had said something like, oh, by the way, like there's no lights. Like it's just there's like lamps.
It was so weird.
In my head, I'm like,
What?
like, is
Yeah.
this? Are you guys okay? You guys don't have lights? Cause like the whole tour was like dark and like they had not turned on any lights and like usually a tour you turn on the lights so that the people can see it better. And I was like, oh, we're not moving. I was like right away. I was like, okay, we're not gonna live here with no lights.
It was weird as fuck. It was like, so essentially she told us that the building was built in like the 20s or something, but it had been refurbished and refurbished and refurbished over and over and over again.
Yeah.
But because it was built in that time, there was no power. Like there is power. There was just no lights in the roof.
So weird.
Like when you like walk into a room and you flick the lights on, there wasn't any of that. You had to use plug-in lamps to light up the area, and then there was a fucking fireplace, and like it was a real fireplace, so that could be a source of light as well. And then obviously the windows and stuff, but like it was just not our vibe.
These two ladies, you could tell that they probably lived in a way nicer apartment. They just worked for the company.
Yeah.
And like they knew that these were not that nice.
Yeah.
They were trying to like kind of trick us probably into like.
I think they were just trying to like hype it up, like sell it, like
that's their job, you know.
Yeah, which I get, but the kitchen was like closed off. It felt like a little closet.
There was a group of kids like sitting on the stairs. We had to like walk around.
Yeah.
And then it just smelled bad.
Yeah.
Like the hallways and shit, just dirty.
Yeah, it didn't smell good.
But
it was just not.
We didn't pick that one.
Yeah, we didn't.
That was one of our first tours.
Literally, as soon as we got in the car, we started laughing. We're like, "What the fuck?" I was like, "I told you," because I knew from the beginning I didn't want to tour that one, because I kind of had like a little feeling, but because like we were doing it together, like I didn't want to make him feel like it's just me picking everything. So I was like, "Let's just go. It's fine." But we got in the car and we're like, "Yeah, that was not it, bro."
And we're like,
was not it.
We're like the type to like not be rude. So like,
yeah, so we were just like,
we didn't want to cut it
like,
short, and be like,
yeah, we weren't asking questions like, oh, what's the rent, what's the this fee, that fee, like how do you utilities, all this. Like we just didn't give a fuck. We're just like, nah, this is just not it. Like
we're just like, all right, I think that's it. Like we're gonna get going
bye.
Now.
Yeah, like see you guys.
It was a little awkward.
Out. Yeah, it
but
was not.
Other than that, like most of our other tours were pretty good. We didn't even tour that many. It was like probably like 5 or 6.
Our first one was in Waukee.
Yep.
And then that one, and then where else did we tour? The one, and the other one in West Des Moines.
Yep.
And then,
well, now they know where we live, so hopefully, we don't have any.
yeah, and like our thing was like, especially like me, like I like a sleek, modern look. Like I don't like older apartments. I don't mind older apartments, but for me, my personal thing, like I was looking for something a little more modern, clean, newer, open concept. I like a big island, connected to like the living room, overlooking the living room kind of vibe, and then this one, it was just so crazy because like there was like apartments that we like, but for some reason like they were either all booked out, like they couldn't, or like they were not booked out, they were like all rented out, like they didn't have any more units available. And then like I remember I was laying in bed and he called me and he was like, dude, he's like, I found one in Altoona, we should go check it out. And I was like, ugh. Like I was in a bad mood, like I was not having it, and I was just like, okay, like what is it? And like I started typing it in. I was like, fine, like we'll go look at it. Like I was just getting tired of like looking at apartments. I was kind of getting over it already. And like we come and this apartment was just perfect.
Wait,
so
yeah, so
beautiful.
I found it. We were like low key. We were done with touring. Like this was like right after we had toured all the ones on our list.
We toured the one down the street. Remember the ridge?
Yeah. But then I was like, "Oh, this one's nice."
Yeah.
And then I sensed to you, you weren't feeling it really. You were just,
well, I was feeling the
mood.
apartment, but I was just like in a bad mood. Like I was not. I just remember not having it. Like I was just like.
Everything just worked out though. Like we toured it and like it looked perfect and everything. Yeah. Everything met our requirements. And then like, lady was chill.
Yeah, she was nice, and they were able to hold our apartment in time because he lived in a different place. So that was another factor. Like a lot of apartments that we toured, like we wouldn't be able to make the transition in time. Like they wanted us to move in earlier, or they weren't able to hold it long enough. And like this one, we came in and we're like, okay, like how long are you able to hold it for? And she's like, oh, we'll be able to hold it until that date. Or I'm like, say less. We're like, let's do it, and we did it.
Yeah, there was a lot that needed to happen, but it all aligned perfectly.
It like aligned perfectly. Like everything worked out perfect. After we like and we paid everything for our apartment to secure our apartment, we just started shopping like all our appliances. Yeah. So that way it was like little by little. So that way we didn't have to buy everything off rip because it's just a lot of money, you know. But we bought like essential appliances, stuff like our bedroom stuff. And I remember our couches. We went to go buy our couches. That was fun.
Yeah, we did it. We remember getting the keys. First time here.
The keys. You didn't even go get the keys with me. Alex did.
I was working, bro.
He was working, and it was a long day at work, I remember. And like I got off first, and I was like, well, I'm going to go right after work. We went to go grab the keys, and then that day we started moving stuff. And I think we got the keys, but I think the next day we slept.
Yeah, we didn't sleep over that first night. We had too much shit going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm the type where I want to, as soon as we get the keys, I want to be sleeping there, you know?
Right.
It's just too exciting, you know?
It's so exciting.
We're paying for rent already. Might as well sleep there. We slept on the mattress,
like,
I think.
Actually, now that I think of it, that first day, like, we moved so much. Well, actually, the day that we got the keys, we didn't spend the night. But I remember I made a few trips from my house to here to drop some stuff off. So it was like there was stuff already here. I didn't unpack anything or anything. I just dropped like a few boxes off. But then I remember the next day we literally moved our mattress and like got our bed frame and everything, and like we like literally built the bed frame because this was a brand new bed frame in the box. So we had to like, he literally built it, and then like we were able to sleep that night.
Well, the first night we were up till fucking midnight grinding away. We got the speaker playing. We're on our fucking hands and knees building shit. Low key, it was stressful but exciting because first night you're not comfortable yet.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not. Feels like it doesn't even feel like. Yeah, it doesn't feel like your house yet. There's like, I remember.
It was like
I remember you were staying to like get shit situated, and I kept bringing more and more shit. So I made a couple trips, and like my old apartment was like a long ass drive. I was just going back and forth, bringing as much as I could. And I remember in the living room there was like nothing but like bags and like furniture and shit.
Yeah.
And you were kind of getting stressed out, and like
it was a lot.
And then we did as best we could that first night, but then
so much trash too. Because like we had to.
I'm like remembering all of it, and I remember it was like I was just so happy and excited because like we had the canes down the street we went and got.
Yeah, we went to go get.
We were like so exhausted. We ate canes at like 11.
And then I remember first we went to the grocery store that night too. Now that I think of it, that's crazy.
We did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we had to.
We had to. We didn't have any water. We didn't have anything in the fridge, like literally anything. So we had to survive. Go get groceries for the week, and like we got like a little bit of food. And then we came home, before on our way home, we were like, fuck, like we're hungry. Like we've been like doing so much stuff. We didn't even eat. We stopped at Cane's, came back. At that time, I had already built the bar stool, so we just ate on the bar stools. Luckily,
it did feel like a hotel, though. You're right. But then the second day, we did a lot. From the time we woke up to the time we went to bed, we did most of it. Honestly, I feel like I built a bunch of shit, and this is before we even had our dog or a cat. So it felt like forever ago, but it was less than a year.
Yeah.
Doesn't it feel like it was 2 years ago?
Yeah, it feels like it was 2 years ago.
I feel like our life was so different.
It was like crazy. Like, oh man,
I remember even a driver.
You built the TV stand, and like he set up the TV, and like I put all the kitchen stuff away, finding like places to put our coffee maker, our pots and pans, our plates, cups, all of that stuff. Washing so many dishes because like a lot of these dishes were like in packages, but like people touch stuff, so you have to wash everything. And like I just remember, yeah, like there's so many bags and boxes in the living room, and then we got our couches delivered, and I was like telling him, I was like, oh, do you think the delivery guy can like help us like just like walk it to the door? Like we literally live on the first floor,
Yeah.
and like it's right next to the main entrance. So we're like, can he like help us just get it to the beginning of the main entrance? And he was like, no, no. So then like me and him literally did it all on our own. We had to like put like these rocks to hold the door. And like it was mostly him, honestly. These couches were kind of heavy for me. And I'm pretty strong, I feel like. But they were fucking heavy.
Yeah.
It was a workout.
It wasn't.
But
And honestly, it wasn't as hard as.
But once we got like the couches inside the apartment, like that was easy because they just glide on the floor.
I'm gonna open the door for
We
him.
unwrapped everything, and yeah, it wasn't as bad. But man, I just remember all that. That was crazy. That was insane.
Sorry, guys. Yeah. So, and we didn't. No, like we didn't ask for help. We didn't. Looking back, you know, we literally didn't have any help. We did it all ourselves. U-Haul carried everything. I didn't ask anyone for help.
I didn't ask.
I think my family was planning on helping, but then I told them like, oh, like we're good, like we don't need it.
I know my family like.
But looking back, like
willing to help as well. But
we probably should have had some help because it was a lot of work.
It was a lot of work.
It's a lot of work to move, especially kind of farther away than you're not. I mean, 20 minutes away from your old house and my place. You know,
the U-Haul was probably the most work because it was like a lot of just our heavier furniture, nightstands and like our mattresses, our gaming chairs, our desks. Like it was, or my desk. You didn't.
I built the new one. Yeah.
Yeah, he literally bought a desk. Like it was a lot of stuff that we bought. Our dining table, like, but also a lot of furniture we like accumulated over time. Just because like initially when we first moved in, we just wanted to have like the essentials, like somewhere to sit and eat at the bar, our couches, our TV, and like our appliances, so we can get through the week. And then like little by little we started adding. Now like our house is like full. Like it's pretty full. It was crazy. Felt like forever ago. It was a fun process to think about now, like though.
We didn't really get settled in until like a week later, though. I feel like.
Yeah, and then literally like I think so we moved in, and I want to say like less than a week later we got Luca, our dog.
Was that soon?
Our puppy. Yeah, because remember it was like. I remember it was like the week before we moved, and then like a week later, the following Monday.
It was really. I thought it was.
And then we got him on a Tuesday.
I think it was. Yeah, that is crazy. It felt like a little longer though. I felt like we had not had him for a couple weeks first. Maybe you're right though.
Yeah, we got him pretty fast because I remember we didn't even have the apartment yet. We had gotten the apartment, and then we got the dog. We picked out a dog. We put that deposit down for the dog. And then,
I want to wait on that. That's another thing we need to talk about. But moving, first time moving on your own.
Yeah.
What advice would you give anyone?
I would say do your research. Save your money. Do your research and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. Like, I hear a lot of people like, you know, move out. I want to move out because I want to party or I want to, you know, make it a bachelor pad or because I hate my parents or this or that, whatever. Like, that's not a reason to move out. Like, it's a serious decision and it can like put you in a bigger hole if you don't take it serious. Like, so my advice would be definitely think it through, save your money, and try to like really think about the situation you're in, because there's a lot of people in worse situations and they can't move out. So it's like if they can get through it, like you can too. You feel me? Like, so definitely take advantage of living with your parents, save your money, work hard. And it is also a fun thing though. It's nice because I felt like when I moved out, I feel like I really got to like grow. Like I really got to like be myself. You feel me? Like, you know, like obviously my parents are always there, and you know, everything they've ever done for me was like the best thing ever. Like, that's how I want to be with my kids, you know? And like, so it's nothing take away from them, you know. It's just, I'm just saying, like, I felt like, you know, I'm like an adult, like my person.
Well, that's good advice. I would say, I guess make sure, you know, financially you're able to do it. Because my last experience, I didn't do that. So I would say, yeah, just make sure you got the cheddar. Make sure you got the bread.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, yeah, like for us, it was easy.
Yeah. I would say also another piece of advice, also, like, make sure that with kind of like, with it goes kind of hand in hand with, make sure you're doing it with for the right reasons. Like, if you're moving in with somebody, like, definitely think that through to a T. Like, because you're going to be living with this person through everything. You're going to see them in their worst, when they're sick, when they're not wearing makeup, when they're dolled up, when they're angry, when they're depressed, when they're sad. So like you're going to see completely this person. So you got to make sure that this person, like, you're able to handle that, because some people can get, you know, a little crazy, a little weird, whether it's a roommate or a, you know, a spouse or whatever.
Yep.
Like, just make sure that you really, like, think it through. Cause
What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just saying, like,
you see me without my makeup on. How does it look? I looking pretty or what?
Nah, you look gorgeous.
So
you look gorgeous, sweetheart.
That was definitely the biggest thing we did this year, by far.
Also, if you get a puppy, kennel train that freaking puppy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
that
damn. Really passionate about that, huh?
Yeah, because everybody was telling me,
wait.
kennel train the dog. And I was like, no, that's so sad.
Yeah, so
but anyways,
we moved out, like you said, a week later. We originally weren't going to get a dog until the summertime. We were like, we're like, let's just do it. Let's just do it.
Let's
and
get our
we
puppy.
did it. We kind of made that impulse decision, and like, damn.
I think it was the best impulse decision I've ever made.
I don't even know what to say, man. This life changing, you know. I feel like we added someone to the family.
Yeah.
It felt like I could cry just thinking about it. You know?
It was
we had this website. I don't remember what website it was.
It was puppies.com.
Put down the deposit. Puppies.com.
Puppies.com.
That was it.
Yeah.
And it felt like our Aussie wasn't even one of our options. I just kind of like sent a picture to her, like, oh, look at this Aussie.
Hold on. Before you go on, I want to explain, because a lot of people don't know this dynamic, but like me and him, for the longest time, we both wanted a dog. That wasn't a question. But we both had different tastes in dogs. And he wanted a certain dog. I wanted a certain dog. And it seemed like we couldn't agree on a dog. So then one day we're just looking and we're like, there's got to be a breed that we both like. And we're like, let's get that breed. So I was like, I don't care if it takes all night. Like, let's just look through some dogs. We'll send each other screenshots of dogs that we like. And we'll agree on a dog, and that's the dog breed we'll get. So then we were looking, you know, he German Shepherd. I'm like, not my type of dog. I would send him like fucking wiener dogs. He didn't like those.
Fucking wiener dogs. Imagine that being your first pick.
And he didn't like
that
those.
That wasn't your first pick. It was a dachshund, right? It was a
dachshund. That is a wiener dog.
Oh shit, my bad.
Yeah, that's what they're.
You were literally. I remember you were so into dachshunds that you were gonna buy one. Like you were like, it's gonna be my dog, Jay, and like I'll take care of it. Like I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
And then you can get your dog. Yeah. And I was like, wait, like if we're gonna get a dog, let's just get one for us.
Yeah, like let's get.
Why
one
are we gonna get our own dogs?
Yeah. So then I was like, he's right. You know, like this is our apartment. Like we should both, you know, pick out our dog together. So then like that's like brings me back to the thing. Like I just remember laying in bed and we were on a phone call and I was like, okay, like there's gotta be a dog that we can agree on.
Call.
Yeah, that we like. And then we started like looking through dogs, and you would send me labs, this, that. Like we would send each other, and at first it was like nah. And then you sent me a picture of Luca, and I was like, actually. At first, I remember I was.
It wasn't like, love at first sight.
It wasn't love
at first sight.
No, for me, I'm like very particular about dogs. I was like, like I think it was the picture too, because it made him like, okay, he lived on a farm, and like there's like dirt everywhere, and he was like squinting at the sun, so he was like. And like it was just not the best picture, so like I was like, okay, like I'm kind of feeling it, kind of not. And then we keep looking at other dogs, and then I remember I sent him the screenshot that he sent me, but I totally forgot. And I sent it back to him. I was like, what about this dog? He's like, what the fuck? I just sent you that.
You remember the name?
Quincy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's his his real
That's his OG name. That's his birth name. We adopted him and changed that shit.
That's his government name.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, but
You got that fake ID now.
for real. Yeah, no. So
I actually, I fell in love. Well, I didn't really fall in love first, but I originally sent you the picture.
Yeah.
But then I didn't think about it, right?
Yeah.
And then we were like kept looking, and like a couple of days passed, and then you brought it back up, and I was like,
Ooh.
I don't know, like the eyes look kind of like weird. They look kind of high. Like the eyes were just throwing me off, you know, because I'm really particular about dog eyes. Like that shit can't be looking like human. I can't be taking a shit, and then I got some human ass eyes looking at me, at me all weird like a fucking ghost or something. And you were like, oh my god, like no, like I'll ask. And then you asked the lady for a fucking different picture of the eyes.
And she sent me like pictures. She
was bad at taking pictures.
She was actually really nice, but she was terrible at taking pictures. Okay, like there was only one picture that she sent that was actually good this whole time, and it was like she literally
took a video too.
She actually had to grab his face and took a picture, and I was like, he's so cute, like look at him. And then like finally we're like, fuck it, let's do it. And
a couple of those videos she sent were like 1080, like 360, like just really bad quality.
They were so bad, like literally such bad
pixelated
quality. And he even thought at one point, he's like, is this like a scam? And I was like, no, because she's texting me. Like we've been texting. She gave me her Venmo. Like it looks like a legit Venmo. Like it wasn't just like a no picture. Like it was like a picture of her on a. I don't even know if it was her. I think it was her husband, like on a cow or some shit, like a rodeo.
I don't know what was going on.
Know,
honestly, at some points, I definitely thought it was a scam.
Yeah.
But we had already put the deposit down. You were texting back and forth.
Yeah. And then we went to go pick him up.
We chose the day. And then it was like super cold and windy that day.
Mind you, this place that we went to go pick him up was 3.5 hours away.
3.5 hours away, bro.
It was a drive.
3.5 hours away.
It was worth it, though.
What was it on a weekend?
I thought it was on a Sunday or a Monday or something like that.
I don't remember.
I think it was on a Monday.
But I remember driving down. It was a long ass drive. Yeah. Like looking back, a 3.5 hour drive is like a road trip.
Yeah.
Like that's longer than Kansas City.
Yeah.
And it was still in Iowa somehow. I don't know.
And it's 3.5 there and 3.5 back. So in reality, we drove like 7 hours.
I don't think I've ever done that much driving. I don't think you drove a little bit on the way back, but I don't think I've ever done that much driving in a day.
Yeah. It was. But
it was like it was worth it. Like going back, I was just so excited. It was like, oh, let's go. But
I wouldn't do it again though.
Going back, I got tired. I just wanted to be with him, you know, and like he was crying and shit and throwing up.
Yeah.
But we got him. We got to this fucking farm, and
hold on. Let me give the scenery. Hold on.
I was just about to give the scenery.
No, hold on, guys. We're driving through these back roads, okay? Countryside, Iowa. If you know, you know. We get on this road. It's a gravel road, okay? It's not even a fucking road, and we're just like, we're driving, right? We pull up to this house. It's like a typical farmhouse, big house, and then on the side is like grass, and then behind is like cornfields and shit, and then like there's a path, you know, like a driveway to get in, and we're like, I think we're here. So then like we park like right in the beginning of the driveway because we didn't know if the owner wanted us to go all the way in and loop through the back or just like wait there. So we were just waiting until she told us. She's like, oh no, you can loop through the back. So as he's going forward like very slowly, a fucking Aussie comes out, and this is like a full-grown Aussie. Like he looked like he was the leader of the pack, and he's just like standing there, and he's hurting us. He's telling us the way. So we go, we follow him, we park, and then this fucking guy comes out of the door, bro.
No, you knocked first. We parked first, and we went up.
Yeah, we went up to knock, but this guy comes out of the door, bro.
Cold as fuck, by the way.
Cold as hell. And this guy comes out of the door. Bro, he got like a whole ass limp. Like it looked like a freaky scientist doctor.
I forgot what he looked like. I just remember he had a bad leg.
And he had a bad leg, and like, and then we see Luca's face, like just little puppy pop out of the corner, and I'm like, I literally told him, "Is that him?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can I grab him?" And he's like, "Yeah, go ahead." So I literally held him. So I was the first one to hold him, but obviously he held him next. But oh my god, he was so fluffy and so cute. Yeah. He was the sweetest dog ever. It was so cute, and like
it was like a movie though.
He was so sweet. And then like We were literally about to leave because the conversation with the guy was so good. He was like super nice, and like I was like, wait, should I Venmo you the money? And he's like, oh yeah. He's like,
We could have dipped on out.
Yeah,
Baby.
literally, we could have just like had a good conversation, left, and like he wouldn't
I would
have
feel
said
bad
anything.
though.
Yeah, I would feel bad. But I sent him the money, and then he was like,
right?
thank you. Yeah, and then we left, and the rest is history. The rest is history.
Yeah, so we got a dog.
He was so cute and so fluffy.
I remember he was crying on the way home.
He was crying, kind of howling, and he threw up a few times, car sick, I think. But once we had him, like, now he's like, he's here. He loves us. He's literally right outside the door right now.
So
laying down, just waiting.
And I guess that was probably my second, not accomplishment, but
like
just
goal.
Yeah, because I've always wanted a dog. Like, it's always been something I want. I don't know, as I was little, I wanted like a best friend, like a best friend dog.
Yeah.
And I know I wanted like a bigger dog too, which I would say he's like a medium size.
Yeah.
Wow. I just can't believe how good of a dog he is. It was definitely not perfect at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't know that we had to kennel train him from the start, and that people had told us that, but we were like, nah, he'll be a good boy.
Yeah.
And we dealt with a few things along the way.
We learned the hard way.
He was pretty much potty trained from the beginning, which was nice. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, he's a good ass dog.
Yeah, he's
which
a really
Aussies are
very smart
awesome,
too. Yeah.
So, and then that brings me to, well, we get a cat.
Yeah, but
kind of out of nowhere. It wasn't really planned. I mean, you can tell the story.
Leo was a little different. For me, it was like I really wanted a cat. He was like not opposed to it, but he wasn't also like I really want a cat. Like he was just like kind of deal. And I really wanted a cat because I've never had a cat. Number one, and number two, I've liked cats, but like my parents, my family, they don't really like cats. Like they're not cat people.
They get a bad rap.
Yeah, they kind of get a bad rap, but like cats are actually really cute and sweet. And like I just remember like going on Pinterest and I would see a bunch of really cute cats, and I was like, damn, I kind of really want one. Like.
So what made you want a cat? You want to just cuddle up and be in a
they're just like snuggle.
But you never had a cat in your life?
No,
so you really didn't know what to expect?
No, I didn't know what to expect. So I kind of did some research, like how do they poo and stuff.
You never had any experience with cats? You never been around a cat? Really?
I've been around a cat. I remember one time, like one of the neighbors down the street from. Oh, this was back in San Diego, my grandma's house down the street. One time, I found a kitten, and it was just laying in the driveway. And he was just like dehydrated as fuck. Like I just remember it was so sad. I gave some water to the kitten, but like I couldn't really take it home or anything because that kitten was on the neighbor's property. I didn't want to him to think that I was.
You can get diseases and shit from that too.
Yeah, and so I just like gave it water. I felt really bad, but then I just had to leave, But that was like the first time that I ever saw a cat, and I was like, oh, they're so cute. Like I want one, but I never could have one.
My grandma did also have a cat. My other grandma, my dad's side, but I had a couple times he would the cat would jump at me and try to bite me.
What the fuck?
I was a little ass kid.
Oh my god!
But you never heard of that? Like some cats are evil. Some cats
are evil.
Some cats have some evil ass shit inside them where they want to just scare you. They want to fucking attack.
Yeah.
Get away from me, And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Our cat's perfect, but I mean, he's still young, so we'll see as he gets older. Hopefully, he doesn't turn into a fucking evil monster, Luca will fuck him up too. Luca will fuck him up, boy.
So that was kind of like my history with cats. I never had one or anything, but I really thought they were really cute, and I really wanted one. And I remember a few times we talked about it, and I was like, we should adopt one, but we never really went further than that. He was just kind of I think we should wait. Let's let Luca grow up a little bit more and get him situated and stuff like that. I was like, true, you're right. I'm just kind of jumping the gun a little bit. And then one day we go over to your grandma's house. Whose birthday was it, or what was it for? I don't know. We were at his grandma's house for some reason, and we were just having a conversation. His mom brings up the topic that his sister had a litter of kittens, and we're like, I was like, what? And she was like, yeah, she's giving them away for free. I was like, oh, shoot. I'm going to text her and see if she still has one. And then he was like, obviously in the moment, like, he was just like, nah, 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 you know what I mean? But then we go home, and I was like, wait, like, Jaden, like, I really want one, like, and they're free. Like, do you think that if I text her and she has one available, don't you think it's kind of like it's meant to be, you know? Like, we should get one. And then he's like, okay, but, like, are we able to afford it? Are you going to take care of it? What's that going to look like? Do you know all of those kinds of questions. And we kind of discussed it. And then he was like, okay, send her the message. Texted her, and she's like, it's the last one. Do you want it? And I was like, yes. And, like, it's so crazy that it was the last one, because, like, anybody else could have taken it and that would have been it. Like, you know what I mean? But it was the last one, and we got him for free. We went to go pick him up, and
Leo Vasquez.
We had a few names, but, like, my brother said Garfield, which I thought was cool, but then again, it's like there's a lot of orange cats named Garfield. And then we thought, what is it? Tigger. But his dad's name is Tigger, so we're like, Tigger Jr.? Nah.
Leo's perfect.
Yeah, and then
Leo's perfect.
Well, the reason why we named him Leo is because Leo has the same exact birthday as my brother, August 20th, and he's a Leo.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
And he's a Leo, so that's why his name is Leo, because he's a Leo.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah. Leo.
I just like the name.
Leo.
I know there was a whole meaning to it.
Leo the lion.
What's the meaning to Luca then?
Luca is peluca. So, what that means,
he's your favorite NBA player too,
no.
Luka Doncic.
Oh yeah, so he's number one favorite NBA player. Number two is Luca is a peluca, and a peluca is a wig, and I have a lot of hair, and he has a lot of hair.
Shut the fuck up.
So that's the connection.
So we get a dog, we get a cat, we get an apartment, all in this. When we get the cat,
and we furnish our whole apartment.
August.
Yeah, I know. No, we got him in like September, October, something like that.
So we do all this.
Yeah.
Big shit, big deal.
We go. We go on a trip to Miami.
Slow down, killer. Leo, back to Leo. I think I probably told stories about how he has used me as a jungle gym at night and scratched up my legs, claws, like digs into my skin, and when it feels like he's gonna like tear my fucking bones apart. And
he doesn't do that.
I just bought him. We just upgraded everything. We just got him a mansion.
A cat tree.
No, it's a mansion. You can't call it a cat tree. It is a 10-story Beverly Hills mansion. Fucking.
It's a penthouse. It's a skyline penthouse.
What's it called on the bottom?
Damn, I don't know. What, the hammock? He's so mad.
What's
it called on the bottom?
It has a hammock. It has a massager. I mean, this thing. I mean, if I was a cat, this would be like heaven. This would be. It has a.
It is heaven.
It has a literal cloud at the top where he's been. We just bought this 2 days ago or yesterday, but I just wanted to let the world know that we give our animals that bougie life. We're not out here abusing our animals, not feeding them. They get fed multiple meals. They get McDonald's whenever they want. I mean, these top.
Yeah, McDonald's.
We are top of the line parents when it comes to animals.
We are.
And I just hope that everyone
but
else
don't
that
get
has
it
an animal
twisted.
Is like that, you know?
Don't get it twisted. If one of these little boys crosses the line, I will smack the shit out of him.
What is the thing that would what is a cross the line that would cause you to slap the shit out of him? Because Luca has ate 2 of my fucking pizzas that I made before.
Okay, but that's your fault.
And cross the line, and I don't smack him because I'm not an abusive parent. Are you? Is the question?
Yes.
You guys heard it here first. All Animal Rescue League. Yeah. Let's get her out of here.
No, but I will spank my animals if they're acting bad or like they do something they shouldn't. I'm not saying like I'm gonna whip them or anything. Like I'll just give them a little smack on the butt. You know what I mean? Like, especially Luca, he's a little more jiggle than the cat. The cat is honestly, he doesn't chew anything up. He doesn't really do anything bad, honestly. So I never. Sometimes I yell at him, but I heard yelling at cats doesn't work, and I can see why it really doesn't work. But
I've tried it. Trust me.
It doesn't work.
It does not work.
You literally have to pick up the cat and just move him somewhere else.
Oh, I throw him like a football.
Oh yeah, they land on their fours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make sure I get my fingers on the spirals and
and
yeah.
And then he lands.
So.
But no, Luca. Yeah, sometimes I'll just smack him on the butt if he's like doing something he shouldn't, like biting me, or like sometimes he plays a little too aggressive with me, or he does something he shouldn't.
Overall, though, we
Overall,
have the
they're
greatest
good,
animals. I just love. If we didn't have these animals, I feel like hard day at work, coming home, and like I don't know. It's just better to have them.
Yeah,
you know?
they make life more happier.
It's a little bit of work, you know, but
it is.
that's what you get when you get pets. You
And
get a little bit more work, a little bit more responsibility, picking up poop, but
and like
I wouldn't
Luca's
change a
little
thing,
face
you know.
Is the cutest face ever. He has the most beautiful eyes. If you
So-
haven't seen my dog, you have to look at my dog.
I want to get on.
We have an Australian Shepherd, red tri with blue eyes. He is the most beautiful dog ever. I think this is the most beautiful dog I've ever seen in my life. He's so cute.
So
Sorry.
we get the apartment, we get Luca, we get Leo, and we went on our only trip of the year. I don't want to get too deep into that trip. I feel like I've already talked about it enough. But as much as we want to try to make it seem like it was a good trip, it was probably one of the worst trips I've been on.
Damn.
Not like I'm saying like compared to the other ones.
Yeah, I think it
It's
was
not
just
like
the
a
weather.
wasn't like a bad trip.
It was
just
literally just the weather.
it was just compared to my other trips. It was down. It's gonna be down here for me, money wise. Weather was the main though. Weather was the main thing. Like it was. If it was.
I
Just
don't think
rain,
money
rain,
wise
rain.
it was that bad. I think it was just really the weather.
I didn't take enough money.
Really?
I never. It's a bad habit. I don't save enough money for trips. I was talking to some guy about it today.
Yeah.
But anyways, the weather. I mean, it was the weather though.
Yeah.
We got rained on, man. Like God was like, you guys. But we went in rain season.
Yeah.
We didn't know.
Yeah.
We didn't know it was rain season in Miami when we went. Man, fuck that, man. Fuck that, dude. We should have. I get real passionate about this. I get real passionate about this because that's the second time in my life that like a trip, you know, the first one, that a trip has gone bad for me, and it just feels like a waste.
Do you ever feel like maybe it's like you kind of like low key manifest it yourself?
I knew you were gonna say some shit like that. You're trying to make it seem like it's my fault somehow.
No. I'm not saying it's your fault, but like.
Oh, Jaden, why'd you say the weather was gonna be bad before we went?
No,
you
more, not really because you said it. More like you're thinking like kind of like anxious thoughts. So because you're anxious or nervous,
you know what?
Whatever it is, or stressed, kind of, you kind of like start to like think that you're sick or something's gonna go bad because all these things, like all this pressure of like traveling, because it can stress people out. It's a real thing.
Well, I wasn't stressed before that trip. I didn't feel stressed. I think it just. I mean, maybe I was unconsciously, but I don't. That might have been it. I don't know.
Cause like,
the fact that but the thing is like I always get sick, but I never lose my ability to speak. I never lose my ability to speak language.
Cause I remember one time we went to.
That's God. That's God doing something, man.
We went to.
He didn't want me to go to that concert.
One time we went to Kansas City and his eye was like, something freaking happened to his eye and he was just like so mad. We went to freaking Walgreens to go get him medicine. Like he was.
Okay, that wasn't that.
We
bad,
had to
though.
stay an extra night because he wasn't feeling well and he didn't want to drive home.
Wait, really?
Yeah, you don't remember we extended our stay.
Oh my God, my eye.
And it was
God.
the time we went to Worlds of Fun and Oceans of Fun. And like you started having something go on with your eye.
But it wasn't. You're making it seem like it was like the whole reason that we stayed an extra day. But we stayed an extra day because we wanted to.
Well, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is just like something's always wrong with you on a trip. What's wrong with you?
Okay, what's going on right now? What is going on right now? I told you, every time I bring up these bad experiences, you try to twist it into the fact that, well, maybe you manifested, maybe you were stressed. The eye thing, I was hungover and my eye was like burning.
Okay,
but you are right though. Like these are like weird things that like typically never happen to me.
But I just feel like
that like somehow they happen on these trips.
Yeah,
the
exactly.
fucking.
That's what I'm saying.
But you can't not blame the weather in Miami on me though.
No,
even though I probably
I'm not blaming.
Even though I probably did say before the trip, like, oh, like, what if it just rains the entire time?
Literally, like shit like that, bro. That's the type of shit I don't.
Do you think that's the reason that it fucking rained?
One day you're gonna be like, imagine there's a fucking tsunami, and then a fucking tsunami happens like that. That would actually be crazy. That would actually be crazy.
Oh, I'd be riding that shit. I'd be getting a surfboard and riding it like a fucking wave.
Bro, you've never rode a
Okay, but we're getting off topic.
You don't.
The Miami trip. Would you agree though? One of our worst trips.
Yeah, I think one of our best was San Diego.
I know, but Miami. That was so fuck fun. You. Fuck the weather.
And I feel so bad because I was planning this trip for him because I was like, I want to take you to Miami.
So it's your fault. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
When I went to, don't try to be an instigator here. When I went to Miami with my best friend, we had an amazing time. It was one of my favorite cities, one of my favorite trips, and we didn't even go out to any clubs or anything, and I had so much fun. It was like beautiful beaches, like beautiful weather, so gorgeous. Everybody is super gorgeous. The food is amazing. Like super cool cars, like just cool views, a cool vibe. And I was like, this is definitely like gonna be our vibe, like something kind of tropical but in the States. We'll be able to go swimming, get tan, go on some cute dates, take cute pictures. Go have some drinks at a bar or something, but it just didn't.
And the first day we got there, the weather was beautiful.
Literally, it was the most perfect weather ever.
I think that like the weather, you were like, oh, like in Miami, you know, this happens. Like it rains, and then 10 seconds later, it's sunny.
Yeah, usually.
And that's what we were expecting, but. You know, we tried to have a good time. We were going to the beach and we were going out to eat, and like there was just no one out.
Yeah,
and like the vibes were not good. People were not happy. Our waiters were kind of annoying. They were kind of being rude.
Yeah, everything was really expensive. So like obviously it felt kind of like a waste, you know, like. Oh, we're going to go out to eat at a restaurant, look pretty, the weather's terrible, the vibe is off, and, like, we have to pay this big bill for this food that, like, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, like, it was kind of just a weird vibe. So we try to make the best out of it and just roll with it.
So those are all things that, like, we kind of did together, but I'm going to give you 2 things that I feel very accomplished by, and then you give me 2 things.
Okay.
First, for me... Should I name my 2 and then you name your 2, or go 1, 1, 1, 1?
No, you name your 2 and then I'll name
First thing is, I mean, I wouldn't say like this was my dream. I wouldn't say this is my passion in life, but I feel like it's definitely an accomplishment because it's not easy. But I got my CDL and I got kind of a promotion in a way, kind of just moved up in the company a little bit and more financially free now. And I feel like, because I've never been the type to really stay in one spot, you know. I don't think I'm going to be a driver for forever, you know.
Right.
But it was a big step for me. Like, kind of like, I felt like it was kind of my first, like, big boy job, you know.
Yeah.
Like, before the merchandiser, I was, you know, I mean, you could say that's another big boy job, but money-wise, I'm finally, like, big boy job, you know. That was the first thing.
Like usually drivers in our company are like usually like dads. Like they're pretty like grown men because like they need the money to support their families and stuff. Like it's like really rare to have a young guy like come in and like do that kind of job. So it was like I was really proud of him.
And I felt accomplished by that. Still, I'm a driver. Hopefully, it leads to something good. And then my second thing would be I ran a 5K, and this is something that I've always wanted to do. Finally decided to do it. Fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And then I did it. And I felt like I trained really hard for it. You were there for every step of the way, helping me out, and I did really good too. I broke my time by a lot. But anyways, and then next year I want to do a half marathon.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do it. I don't have to train way harder though. Yeah. But those 2 things, I feel like very proud. And yeah.
That's awesome. I'm happy for you. I'm happy and Thanks. I can't wait for next year.
Yeah.
I can't wait to make our list.
What do you got?
For me, I would say My first thing, it was kind of like a little late into the year, and obviously I wish I would have kind of stuck with it earlier on, but just kind of like getting on this like health grind. And I don't just mean like working out, but like eating better. I wouldn't say I'm like at 100% right now. Obviously, I have off days and I mess up. I'm, sometimes eat things I shouldn't, but I'm like way more disciplined than what I was at the beginning of the year, I'd say. More consistent. And yeah, just kind of like I feel like more fulfilled within myself. Like, you know what I mean? Like eating wise, working out, taking care of myself, like my skincare, doing face masks, and yeah, just doing all those things for myself. But I would say, yeah, like I wish I would have started a little bit earlier in the year, but at least I started it this year, and obviously it's gonna continue till next year, and hopefully even get better than what I am this year. So only way from here is up. And then I'd say probably the second thing would probably be like kind of like just getting like all this like podcast stuff like set up. I wouldn't say like it was on my like list of like start a podcast, but I definitely like always kind of just struggled in life with like, I wouldn't say picking a career, but like just kind of like doing things that I'm passionate about, and like just kind of like going out there and like trying to do it. Like I feel like I would try a little bit and then like I would just kind of give up. Like I would just kind of get bored, or like I would just kind of like not feel it anymore or something like that. But like this has like been super fun. Like it's always fun. I'm always looking forward to it, and I can't wait to like make it better.
Yeah.
I have things that I want to do next year that are kind of like social media related, but I don't want to like really say yet, but just kind of look out for that.
Yeah, I'm proud of you for both of those things, because you never like really like put yourself out on social media type of person.
I was I'm a very reserved private person, but I
kind of had to force you in a way.
Yeah, but I kind of like learned that you can still be private and reserved and keep your personal life, but still be, I wouldn't really say famous or anything, because that's not really what I'm looking for. I don't
think either one of us want to be famous.
I really don't want to be famous. Like I don't want to be the Kim Kardashian type shit, like that. Like that level, or like other YouTubers like Ace Family. Like that's too many people knowing about your personal life. Like, I just kind of want to be like a regular like people. You know what I mean? Like, just
we have a YouTube friends that we know, and he said, like, just make a living but not be famous.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just honestly, if we make any money off this, I feel like that's a win. It doesn't even matter how much money.
Exactly.
And like, that's not even our goal, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I try my best to just try to stay present and like just do this for
fun.
Live in the moment.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes.
It's hard
because I'm a really like money driven person.
Yeah.
Like I really think about that a lot. So it's hard, but I think if we just stay in the moment and do it for fun, not think about all that stuff, then yeah, because I don't know if I want to be like that famous. I don't want to be famous at all. Like,
yeah, I don't like it.
But there's so many people on YouTube and Twitch that like they do it for a job, but like you don't know about them.
Right, you don't know much about their like life. You don't know if they got.
A lot of people are like that.
Yeah, a lot of people are really like that, and I like that.
That brings me to next year. So when we record this, it'll basically be next year, or when we post this, it'll be like almost 2025. And I want to go on trips, and then we want to really take this podcast to the next level. When it comes to the studio, not even I don't want to call it that, just like getting better equipment, maybe setting up the background better, angles,
camera quality, mic quality, like the way we.
This is really your idea too. Like,
yeah,
I was fine with
just like literally
kind of
leaving
it like this, but you really want to take this to the next level, and like you're not really like you're passionate, but not like for like a lot of things, but you're really passionate about this. So like, I can really tell,
like this is something that like we both do. Like if we weren't doing this podcast, like, this is how we talk. Like, when we go to his parents' house or my family's house, like, we can talk like this at any point. Like, we have conversations like this off camera. Like, we're constantly talking and we ask questions and we do hot takes and we both just kind of go back and forth with each other, and like it's always been so interesting, and like we're like, like this feels like a podcast, and then finally we just did it, and I feel like I love it. I love doing it, and
it came out of nowhere. I don't want to cut you off, but
right.
I basically just told you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, but another big reason that we want to change up the setup in just the room is for guests. Yeah. That's something that really excites me. I feel like that
will elevate the podcast.
That will like make it feel so much. Yeah. Elevate it, and like
we'll have more topics. We'll have more. And, like, different guests. Not every guest has to be, the same person, obviously. But, like, what I mean is, like, each guest will have a different personality. So, like, we can talk about different things. We can have, people who are more jokey. We can joke around with a little more and just kind of have a fun conversation. There's people who are more, like, we can talk about deep shit. So it'll be interesting. I feel like
if we really lock in and have guests, like, that's gonna really elevate our podcast. Even though I think we're good at just talking about ourselves, but I don't know. We originally made this podcast for only sports, but like, I feel like I never thought that it would turn into this.
Yeah,
I really made it because I really was like, oh, like we could just talk about sports, but I realized that I don't know. We talk about sports a lot off the podcast. So maybe just like talking about other shit on the podcast makes it more interesting. We still talk about sports, but I don't know. I like what we're doing right now.
I want this to be a clip right here, what I'm about to say. So this is for the message in like a year or two. And I want me and him to look back, anybody who really sticking around to look back to this message I'm about to say. But in 2025 or in 2026, I want our podcast, like, just imagine this room, just like a freaking living room, like a studio. We look like cool, like we're dressed up, we're here talking to guests, like, and we thought we couldn't be able to, like, we wouldn't be able to get to that, or we wouldn't be able to do something like this, or we weren't capable of doing something like this. And like, there we are, like, doing what we want and having fun, having people on, and yeah, hopefully,
I feel like we're not
hopefully
even like
just still having fun, and hopefully not taking it super serious and making it feel like a job, like a 9 to 5.
That's a great point. I feel like we haven't even hit our true
like peak.
I feel like
we're just like right here. The hill is up here, and we're just like like barely right here. Like,
I still get nervous, believe it or not. Like,
yeah,
and like I feel like that's been like I need to work on that, like not like controlling them, especially in like the first half of the podcast. Like right now I'm chilling, but it's just the beginning. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait for the future. Guests, let us know who you guys want. Probably our family, but anything else that you can think of?
I wanted to talk about one like crazy topic that I saw online, and it kind of is like low-key like kind of a mindfuck. But essentially, I saw this video on TikTok, and it was like it was like a confusing TikTok. So it's going to lead into what I'm about to say. So basically, it was this video of this guy playing with his son, and she's recording them, and there's a lamp in the frame, and she's like, what if this is all just a lamp theory? So then I'm like, what the fuck is a lamp theory? So then I go into the comments, I gotta hear about this, right? So just listen to this. This is in reference to a Reddit post where a man was assaulted and suffered a serious concussion / a temporary brain injury. In his mind, he lived an entire life, got married, had kids, and was really happy. But then he saw a weird lamp in his living room that he got fixated on it, and it got bigger and bigger until he woke up in the hospital. After his attack and unconscious state, he realized his brain had dreamt a whole life with wife, kids, and a happy life. It deeply affected him, and he went into mourning for a family that he never had, but he had felt that he had lost them.
So the theory is like...
Isn't that crazy?
What's the theory, though?
So like this guy pretty much had a wife, kids. He had lived an entire life.
It was just his dream.
He saw a lamp in his room, and it got bigger and bigger until one day he finally woke up. He woke up from an unconscious state, so pretty much he was like probably in a coma or something.
So he saw the lamp in the in real life or in the fake life?
In the fake life, and it got bigger and bigger.
And then it took him to the real life.
And he woke up, and he like realized that all that was just a dream. Like it was all just in coma. Like he never had kids, he never had a wife, but in that dream, like it all felt so real. So when he woke up, he was mourning because like he thought he was married, he thought he had a wife, he thought he had a kid.
This is a true story?
Yeah, and it deeply affected him.
Damn. I think that he might have been on meth or acid or something, honestly.
But he went in for a brain injury, so it couldn't have been that.
Oh, he was in for what brain injury?
I don't know.
Concussion, maybe?
A concussion or something. He was in a coma.
It's crazy that you can be dead for a month and come back alive, and like that can happen.
But
like if you're in a coma, you're basically dead. They're just basically keeping you alive in the hospital.
Well, what I'm trying to get to the point though is like we could think we're having a life right now, and then like one moment we notice something in our room, it gets bigger and bigger by the day, and then next thing you know, we wake up in a hospital, and everything we thought was our reality was not our reality. Like we never got an apartment, we never got a dog, we never got a cat. I just woke up.
Wait, can you slap me?
No, I'm not slapping you, bro.
Hit me.
No.
I want to know if this is real. Like if you can hit me, that means it's real. Wait. What the fuck is wrong with me? Hit me.
No.
I'm not an fake abuser. Then you won't hit me. Can I hit you?
No.
So I don't know.
Isn't that crazy?
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's like a weird, like, kind of like.
But only if you're in a coma that can happen.
What?
That you can be in this kind of fake life.
Oh no, I never said that.
What?
I never said that.
So how else are you gonna be in this fake life?
I mean, I don't know. We don't know.
What if we're in one right now? I know this is real life.
How do you know though?
Because I know consciously, my brain knows, my soul knows.
How? Because you could literally.
What do you mean how?
Okay, so when you dream though, like sometimes you dream falling off a cliff, and it's like you wake up because you think it was real.
But dreams are different.
No, what? Okay, so, bruh.
Dreams, you're asleep. A coma is you're almost dead.
Okay, so what do you?
There's a big difference.
Okay, so what is your point though? What's the difference?
A dream is a dream. I agree.
What is the difference between a dream and the coma? Tell me.
But it's a dream, you're sleeping.
What's the difference? But in a coma, you're sleeping too.
I don't know. I think you make a point though, like, cause like
it was just like a fun story I wanted to tell.
I think we all have multiple existences in different universes, and I think that when you dream, you're seeing a glimpse, you're seeing a screenshot of your other universe.
No, I don't think so. Because
can you let me say what I think? You're just no. Let me say what I think.
Go ahead.
I let you say what you think. Now let me say what I think.
Go.
I think you're seeing a glimpse, a screenshot, a little clip, a little move the curtain of that other universe. Because wait, you just cut me off and I ruined my whole train of thought. But what you don't think that's the case?
No, because some of the things that I've dreamed of like just wouldn't make sense that they would be in another reality. Like I've dreamt of like giant spiders and like.
What if that's in the other reality? Why can't that be in the other reality? You don't even know what's in the other universes.
It's too fake. It doesn't even make sense.
Okay, Andrea, we know nothing about.
It literally looks out of a Spider-Man movie, bro.
Listen to me. That makes no sense at this universe. How do you know anything about other universes? I feel like you're not really. No. I don't think you're really looking at me with an open mind. All right. And this is what pisses me off about people is that they don't have an open mind.
Hold on, let me open my mind. Can you grab the key real quick? The one that I gave you, where's it at?
Bro, don't do some stupid shit because I'm being for real right now.
Okay, my mind is open. Go ahead.
Okay, do we have any knowledge of, let's just say, 10 universes over, next door, 10 houses, 10 universes? Do we have any knowledge of that?
I don't know.
Exactly. How do you don't know anything about that other universe? How do you know there's not giant spiders in that other universe? Exactly. You don't know. So how can you say no? No, that's too weird to be in that other universe. That's too weird. So you have
how do
no
you know
idea
there
what's
is?
in that other universe.
So how do you know there is?
Why else would you be dreaming about giant spiders? Because there's no giant spiders
Because
here.
I have a fucking phobia of spiders. Why else would I be dreaming?
You know why
of
you have a
spiders?
phobia of other spiders? Because in your other existence in that other realm, there's giant spiders.
I was a spider. Oh, I thought you were gonna say I was a spider.
Why would you be a spider but you're scared of spiders?
I don't know.
Hand
Sometimes
me that key.
Sometimes you
Hand me that key.
become what you're scared of. You know what I mean? Like if you're scared to be fat, you become fat.
Hand me that key.
Or like you're scared to be ugly and then you become ugly. You're scared to be a cheater and then you become a cheater.
Shut the fuck.
What the fuck was that? He closed it and then he opened it.
I just need to reset because you're kind of, I don't know, you're hard to figure out sometimes.
I just like.
Okay, what do you think dreams are then?
I think dreams are.
Let's hear this, Miss Andrea.
I think dreams are. I think they can be kind of a glimpse. Like it makes sense that maybe it would be like a glimpse into like a alternate universe or something like that. But then I also think that some of it is just fiction. Like some of it is just things that you are thinking of in the moment, or like that you have kind of like an imagination per se, and you just kind of your brain kind of like makes up kind of a story for you in your head.
That could be it too.
But like I don't know. It's just
I just think dreams are very, very interesting. That like there's scientists, psychologists, they don't really know what they are. You know, and I think that's very interesting. You know,
the brain is one of the most mysterious parts of our body. There's so much like in there.
Dreams though.
Like there's so much that we don't know about the brain yet.
They've studied the brain for years. We know everything about the brain.
Then why don't we know about dreams? Exactly.
Because dreams aren't a physical thing in the brain.
Okay, what else did we study about the brain? Since you know everything.
The frontal cortex,
What about it?
Like what does it do? Certain ways that you think is based on certain levels of your brain.
What does the frontal cortex do?
The front of your brain. It's deep level thinking and mathematical arithmetic.
But what is it? What the fuck are you saying?
Got you. Okay. Let's just close this thing back up.
Because you sound stupid, bro.
No. You make me seem stupid. You're the one that brought out this whole.
You're the one that's saying talking out of
your ass. It's called the lamp theory.
You're the one that's talking out of your ass.
I got the lamp theory. Yeah, I got the fucking couch theory, bro.
I didn't make the theory.
You know what? It's called the couch theory. You're looking at the fucking couch, and all you see is Oreo cookies on the fucking cushions.
I didn't make the theory.
And then you're in a different dimension.
I didn't make the theory. It's just like something that popped up on my feed. I just wanted to share it.
I'm just being funny.
You tripping, bro?
Here, open that thing back up. Open that thing back up.
Nah, I'm good.
Any other lamp?
Like actually.
Wait. What type of lamp?
Close your lips with it, so then you can stop talking.
What type of lamp was this?
I don't know, bro. You like asking too many questions. I don't know. This is just like the brief story that I got. I can't message.
You can't bring up a topic and not be able to talk about it.
Well, like I can't message the person and be like, "Excuse me, sir.
Can we get an interview?
Can we get an interview? And what color was the lamp? What kind of lamp was it? Was it a floor lamp or was it a scone? Like what the fuck? Was it LED, RGB, music?
That's a big deal. If it's an RGB versus a white lamp.
What the fuck does that matter? How does that change the story?
Anyways, guys.
What if I told you it was a fucking 1920s floor lamp? What would be the difference?
I don't know, Andrea.
Exactly. Why would you even?
You haven't heard of the countertop theory?
What is it?
So basically, if you're hungry, right, and if you look at the counter and if you think long and hard about food, right? You just think about the food. You picture it on the counter, right? You're like 1, 2, 3. The food will be there. 1, 2, 3, and guess what? Boom, the food is there. Unlimited supply of Oreo cookies. Unlimited supplies of Oreo oatmeal cream pies. Unlimited supply of hot Cheetos with your hot sauce. All you have to do, think about it. And that's called the countertop theory.
Cool. Sounds good. I'll try it later. All right, guys.
Why do you do that? She said.
Do your outro.
What?
Go
We're
ahead.
done? We're done?
Mhm.
We're done? All right, guys. Well, I want to say this. Hope you guys had a good 2024. And hopefully you guys are alive. Hope you guys aren't drug addicts.
Why would they be drug addicts?
I don't
Why
know.
would you even say that? What the fuck is your problem?
Damn. That really hit a nerve.
Why would they be drug addicts watching our videos?
I don't know.
You just said my family?
No.
What the fuck, bro? That's fucked up.
My friend is a drug addict.
He literally was about to say my family.
I was
fucking
not.
lie.
I was not.
Who
Bro.
are your families are drug addict? Please.
There is one. I'm not gonna say the name.
That's fucked up.
Carl on my dad's side.
That's fucked up.
Imagine I'm just calling
Why
out
are
family
you
members.
exposing Carl, bro?
Episode 16. This is gonna end the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that sub button. Hope you guys had a good holiday, a good New Year's. Happy birthday, Luca. You're growing up on me, big boy. Make sure you guys hug your family, love your family, and appreciate everything you got in life because you never know when it's gonna end.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's. Hope you guys make your New Year's resolution, stick to it. Don't start the gym on January fucking 1st or 2nd, please. Because if I see you at the fucking gym taking out my treadmill spot, I'm gonna kill you.
Shout out.
And if I didn't see you there the month prior, I'm gonna fucking kill you. I'm gonna beat you up, bro. Don't do that shit. Don't be that person, bro. That's so weird. Stop being that person that signs up to the gym on January fucking 1st, bro. Stop.
Shout out Crumble Cookie, baby. I'm gonna get
Fuck
that
Crumble Cookie.
I'm gonna get that Crumble Cookie body coming up soon. Shout out Crumble Cookie. Shout out the Chiefs on the way to a 3-peat. Fuck the Chargers. Oh.
Fuck the cheese.
Anyways, hit that like button.
Baby, the
Hit
rest so
that
much.
sub button. Peace out, y'all.